I'm at James M. Brown Elementary School in Walhalla, South Carolina, and I'm speaking with Tami Enright. And Tami, you are the co-founder and director of the Bee Cause, which I guess has something to do with honeybees.
That's right. Yes, absolutely. Thank you for having me today and for joining us at James M. Brown. Yes, the Bee Cause is an educational nonprofit. Our mission is to educate the next generation on the importance of pollinators, and more importantly, I think, inspire them to connect back to the natural world and to hopefully become environmental stewards when they grow up.
You were a backyard beekeeper down in Charleston, I believe.
Yes, ma'am.
And got real excited because you wanted to, your children got so excited. You said they'd actually talk to you at the supper table when you got them out learning about bees. And so you wanted to take that experience into schools and found a person who also was working with bees in a commercial setting. So tell us about your partner, please.
That's correct. Yes, Ted Dennard, who's the owner and founder of Savannah Bee Company, loves bees, has been a beekeeper for decades, and had one of these indoor observation hives in his store in Savannah. And when he and I became friends and started chatting about our mutual shared love for honeybees, I said, can I get one of these for the school where my kids are attending? And he was like, oh my gosh, if you can get them to say yes, I will pay for it. Let's do this. And so the Bee Cause was sort of hatched as an idea on the back of a napkin. And almost 10 years later, we've created this grant-based program for schools where it's completely free for them to apply to have this live beehive in their school and start teaching environmental education.
And even though y'all, both you and he, are from this kind of small geographic area, I believe that this now extends across the country and perhaps even more.
That's right. Yes, we have given over 1,000 bee grants to schools across the U.S. and Canada, and even down in Bahamas, down in Puerto Rico and Haiti as well. So we have some stragglers as well. And yeah, I mean, it's pretty amazing. Double digits in all states in the U.S., across all the provinces in Canada. And we have a wait list every single year of schools that have really, gotten hooked on this program, because it really is one of the most unique, hands-on environmental programs out there in the country right now.
I think that one of the things y'all do is you encourage the children to see that there's cooperation between bees, and then we can take that into cooperation in our lives if we want to be successful and achieve common goals, and that y'all have ways of helping the children do some fundraising so that they can continue to support projects in their community and also kind of learn how to pay things forward.
Absolutely, yes. I think that the world would be a better place if we all lived a little bit more like the honeybee, where she gives more in the community that she works in than she takes. And we hope to, through our programming, provide a pay it forward program for our schools so that when they receive a donated hive and are part of our educational program, then they can participate in our pay it forward programming and give honey to others in their community so that they can pay it forward and provide other schools with hives just like this one.
Isn't that exciting? And then it really, I think, is critical to find a person within the school who is going to be passionate about this.
Absolutely. When we started locally in Charleston and Savannah, it was Ted and myself, managing each one of these hives, installing each one of these hives, educating the kids about what was happening in the hives. And then when we decided to take the program nationally, or actually internationally now, we had to partner with every school and ensure that they had support, not only with their educators and their principals and their school districts and their community leaders, but also their beekeeping community. So everyone who applies for one of our grants now has a partner beekeeper, and they're able to make sure that they can take care of the hive and also have create a sustainable program moving forward once we give the hive to them and then walk away.
For just ease of maintenance, many school facilities have cut grass and a few bushes, and that's not the happiest of environments for bees that are coming and going. And so what are some of the things that y'all are doing to try to change that landscape where you have hives?
Yeah, so I think once the kids start and have this installed beehive and they start taking care of the bees, they start realizing what the bees need in order to be productive and have successful life. So they start asking those questions. So it really is student-led, and our educational components are there to support that. So we have a program called Be a Friend to Pollinators, where the kids go out and do a campus assessment. They grade their school campus to see how bee-friendly it is or how pollinator-friendly it is, and then we give them suggestions for how they can make their campus more bee-friendly. For example, putting out a shallow bowl of water so that the bees have water that's close to the hive so that they can, manage the temperature of the hive. The water is important for that. Or, managing or minimizing the amount of pesticides that they use, making sure that they have proper things growing year-round, that a variety of forage for the bees. So we do give them a list of suggestions, and then I'm amazed every year when I come back and visit schools like this one at where they've taken that programming. I mean, it's quite impressive what these kids can do.
One of my favorite things to learn has been that we all grow collard greens in our gardens, and people say, oh, they've gone to bloom, they're not going to be tasty anymore. And to learn, well, shoot, those bees love those flowers. I mean, there's just so many tiny steps we can take that really bring us into the whole web of the environment. And I think it's just marvelous that y'all are starting with an early age and perhaps changing the next generation. Thank you for what you do. And if people want to learn more about this or how to get in touch with you, what's the best way to do that?
Yeah, so we're on social media, and we also have a website. It's thebeecause.org or #thebeecause. So, and then you can always email us. We're a small team, but mighty, just like the honeybee. We do a lot, in the local community in South Carolina and beyond. So if anyone's interested in learning more about how to get a beehive, or our newest grant program is a pollinator garden. We want to make sure that schools have the foundation in place to support these workers. So yeah, please email or check us out at thebeecause.org.
Well, I'm so glad that we got to talk to you today and check out what's happening here
Absolutely.
at this wonderful school in Walhalla.
Thank you so much, Amanda.